Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Reserve rights analysis today and reserve protocol code is complete in the audit stage, and we do expect to launch within a few months. There's a full article here on Medium. I'll drop in the description below. If you are wanting to read about that, then go and check it out. But we've been waiting for a while. Things can really start to progress. In terms of price progression, not much has been happening really. We've been bouncing off this golden ratio here. If you put we'll get rid of it for now. If you look at this entire move and we ignore that crazy wick up, so if you're looking at the bottom move there, the top of the move there, we've been pretty much hugging that 618 region all the way through. That's been the area to buy, and every time we've hit in that range, it has bounced to the upside. So for me now, I think that's in a decent area to buy. We are waiting for a major move in cryptocurrency, not just on reserve rights. Bitcoin itself is malingering around this 21,700 range now. We're starting to push up, and it's a guesstimation game, isn't it? Are we going to push up? Are we going to drop down? Who knows? There's a vast majority of people seem to think we're going to get orders filled down at 10 and 14k still. What if it doesn't happen? What if it does bounce up? I think maximum pain now would be that push to the upside. I've started to buy a few assets. I bought some RSR recently, actually doubled my bags, and it's an asset I'm very, very bullish on, especially now, especially knowing that now that mainnet is pretty much complete. So we need to get, the code is complete, we need to get mainnet rolled out hopefully the next few months. So levels to buy, we have mentioned this region here. On the contrary, remember, Bitcoin can push to the downside, and if that does happen, no matter what's going on at RSR, no matter how bullish things are going, the price can continue to drop down. And we've had this major level here where we claimed support last time before that major push up, and that was at 0.004. I think if we did get down to those regions again, I would be throwing kitchen sink at it. Now we're just above 0.5% now at 0.006. For me, it's just great buying opportunities down here. If you look at this over the bigger picture, and if we have a zoom out, look where we are compared to where we've been. And the code wasn't complete then, and the code is complete now. Buying low at these prices, for me, in my opinion, could be life-changing for some people if you manage to ride the storm. Even if you ride it back to all-time highs. Look at that, you're talking at 18x back up to all-time highs. And that's without anything in position. So for me, I think this is a massive buying opportunity. Not financial advice, but it's just something that I'm doing personally, so it's something to monitor. If the price just continues to drop on Bitcoin, and like we say, we do get those levels, these are the two levels where I think we'd bounce. We've obviously got 0.004, and then we've got 0.0032. I don't think it'll come down to that. At some stage, you got to think to yourself, right, is this fair value now? And looking at a price, considering what it's done, I mean, we've looked at the percent you've got to make to go up. What's happened on the way down? How much have we dropped from the highest point to the lowest point? 96.97%. That's a huge amount that has dropped. And even if you bought up here and you're holding still, I wouldn't be too worried, because I think those good times will return again. And that's not just for reserve rights, that's for cryptocurrency in general. So for me, those are the two. Well, I'd be buying now because we're at golden ratio level, but there's possibilities we could come down to 0.004 and 0.0032, so just be wary of that. Major levels of resistance which we need to look at to take profit, and I've got three major levels. So we've got this level here, which is a similar scenario to Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin, we had this area here before Tesla dropped 75% of their holdings and brought the market down with it. If you go back to RSR, very similar situation here. We had a good rise actually all the way up to that level. We jumped back down, and then we come down to this region. We're now in this lower band here. We could say we are pretty much range bound. If you look at that as the low range and that as a high range, and we put that into a bit of an equilibrium, you could say that's the area you also need to get back above too. So I think if we do flip 0.0076, we are going to push up and look at the first major profit taking area. So the first profit taking area for me is 1.1 cent. I personally will be taking quite a significant amount of profit there off the bags that I've bought down here. If we continue up, then I will be using some other bags to take profit at 1.6 cent, and then above that we have got 2.2 cents. So from current prices, if you're looking into buying here, and you're taking it up to the highest level there, that's 258%. That's a decent amount not to turn your nose down. And remember, you don't have to sell your entire bag, just sell 5%, 10%, whatever you want. To the second level there, that's 172%. And then from current prices to the first major accumulation or sell point, you're talking an 80% move there. So there's plenty of profit to be taken on the way up. Don't be one of these people, I was one of these people. I'll buy down here and I want to sell my first amount up here somewhere, and you're just trying to hold out for something that can potentially happen, but a high chance is not going to happen, because during that period when the price is going up there, for example, you're going to see a price do this, up and down, and all these points can be buying and selling opportunities. Therefore you're making profit, or you're accumulating bigger holdings of the asset. So don't just think that you're holding up, going to take profit here and that's game over. Take profit on the way up. If you get to a position where the price pushes up and you take profit here, but it then continues, that's the reason why you still hold a decent amount of it. If you, for example, sell 10%, then it's just profit at the end of the day. Don't worry about holding it because it's your favourite asset. Every asset is here for you to make profit and enjoy your life with. So just don't do what I did, and I've done that before when I first started in crypto. Buy here and wait for it to, people buy here and say, alright, I will sell at $1. That is a potential that could happen in the future, but why wait for something when you can make just as much money by buying and selling the dips on the way up? So just a little bit of advice there. It's something that you should be doing, taking profit on the way up, and that's what I identify these levels for on the way up here. Every time we get to a next level, I will then look at another video and we'll talk about the next level above that where we can take profit, because remember, in reality we want the price to do this. This is what it wanted to do, to come down and keep giving us those buys. It's never going to work like that. We'll always get rejection. We might come back down to these levels, but that's what I look for. I look for levels of resistance and then support to buy back in. What we want, really, I mean, what would be perfect if we broke through here, come back down and retest that level. So you're buying, or should I say you're selling here, and then you're buying here, and then rinse, repeat. That is exactly what you want to do. That is the best way to accumulate and take profit on different assets. So more of a little bit of a lesson in there if you're new to crypto. Buying and support and resistance is probably the best thing, in my opinion, that you should learn. I have also got a video on support and resistance. If you go to the playlist tab, go to lessons, and then you'll see different, we've got Fibonacci, we've got support and resistance, and how to limit your FOMO if you're looking to buy into anything. But that's it, that's some thoughts. We've talked about levels below and levels above. There's nothing else to talk about yet because we are still waiting for a big move on Bitcoin. Whether that's to the upside or the downside, it doesn't really matter. We're going to try and profit from either side of those. If we drop heavily to the downside, we're going to profit by buying assets even lower. Obviously, if it goes up, we're going to make decent money too. So, but that's it, that's my thoughts today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.